I'm Celine Tam, a Hong Kong native with a gift for singing. I would like to give myself 100% since I did incredibly well, and my entire family was very pleased of me. Child stars may appear to lead glamorous, carefree lives, but because they achieve fame so quickly, they frequently deal with difficult situations. Some briefly flash brightly. They disappear just as fast as they appeared. However, some were able to preserve their passion and skill. Among these few is Celine Tam. She has performed all over the world since her America's Got Talent debut, showcasing her incredible balance, and she has flown in specifically to join us today. Please welcome Celine Tam, ladies and gentlemen. Although it hasn't always been easy, Celine has succeeded in creating a long-lasting career. When gossip about her father started to circulate, she encountered a significant challenge. However, what precisely were these rumors, and how did they affect her post-show career? Let's begin. Celine Tam's story of stardom. Celine Tam's passion for music was evident from an early age. It was also the same thing that aided her in her initial foray into the spotlight. Was born on November 22, 2007, in Hong Kong, and grew up in a musically inclined household. Early on, her father, voice teacher Dr. Steve Tam, saw her unique gift. He encouraged her to sing and practice, and he helped her develop her voice. Celine listened to music as a child. She even performed songs by well-known vocalists like Celine Dion, who would go on to greatly influence her. Citing nebulous health concerns, Celine first postponed her January and April concert dates last year. Celine had a significant event that would launch her into prominence in 2014, when she was just 7 years old. She sang the song, "You Raise Me Up," on Let's Sing Kids, a well-known Chinese singing competition. For Celine, this was a significant occasion since it was her first time performing live in front of a sizable audience on television. Her incredible vocal abilities and stage confidence were on full display during the outstanding performance. Both the judges and the audience were awed by her powerful and passionate singing. She rapidly gained admirers who thought she had a promising future. Celine received a lot of attention in China and other countries as a result of this performance. Her voice was praised, and people were astounded that a tiny child could sing with such passion and force. She became well known as a result of her appearance on the show, particularly in Hong Kong, where she was born. This was the official start of Celine's career as a young vocalist. Celine kept honing her singing abilities and competing in additional events after Let's Sing Kids. She became known as a rising talent with a remarkable voice. Who is that singing, since it's clearly not you? Is that you? Yes. Aren't you telling the truth? I'm telling the truth. Nobody is behind the screen. No, no, no. Her father continued to be a mentor in her life, helping her develop her skills and locate new chances to perform in front of crowds. She concentrated on training throughout the ensuing years, and her voice grew even more powerful. She was inspired by her early achievements and made the decision to embark on even more difficult tasks. Celine then had another significant opportunity to display her skill in 2016 when she made an appearance on Little Big Shots, a well-known television program that features young artists from all around the world. Together with Jeffrey Lee, a gifted young Canadian singer, she appeared on the show. They put up an amazing show for the crowd, entertaining them with their lovely singing. Little Big Shots is a program that allows up-and-coming celebrities to showcase their skills to a larger audience. It was also a significant professional milestone for Celine. She became even more well-known as a result of this appearance, and her following kept expanding. Celine's appearance on Little Big Shots was crucial since it brought her to a wider audience outside of Asia. She was now becoming more well-known in Western nations, such as the US. Her talent was admired. He believed she had a bright future as a rising star. This vocalist has been performing since she was 3 years old. Even though she is just 9 years old, she is capable of hanging with the greatest. Her name is Celine Tam. She achieved a new level of celebrity after her performance with Jeffrey Lee was extensively posted on social media and garnered millions of views. Celine's path was rapidly accelerating, and she was starting to gain recognition in the music industry. Then, an incredible event occurred the following year. When Celine tried out for the well-known American talent program America's Got Talent, her career hit a new high. Even though she was just 9 years old at the time, she confidently took the stage and sang a Celine Dion song called "What Heart Will Go On." She chose this particular song because she wanted to pay tribute to Celine Dion, one of her greatest idols, with this performance. The judges and audience were astounded by her strong voice as she sang. She received a standing ovation from the audience and recognition from the judges for her outstanding performance. America's Got Talent judges were ecstatic about Celine's voice. One of the judges, Simon Cowell, who was typically unimpressed, showed his appreciation for her performance by telling her that it was outstanding for someone so young. She was urged to continue competing by the other judges, who were equally impressed. People began talking about her on social media and in news outlets, and her audition turned into one of the season's most memorable events. Her brilliance astounded her admirers. "I sincerely want to thank all of the fans who are cheering me on America's Got Talent for your love and encouragement," and thought she was among the show's biggest stars that season. Kept performing on America's Got Talent, moving up the rankings with every round. Her rendition of Michael Bolton's "How Am I Supposed to Live Without You" was one of her most memorable performances. The crowd was struck by the intensity of her singing. It even made a few folks cry. Celine's performance so delighted guest judge Laverne Cox that she punched the golden buzzer, sending Celine on to the next round of the competition. For Celine, the golden buzzer moment was significant because it demonstrated that her diligence and hard work were paying off. Unfortunately, Celine lost the America's Got Talent competition. Her popularity skyrocketed throughout her stint on the show. After her stint on America's Got Talent ended, she kept performing and received invitations to many events and programs. Fans were eager to witness the young singer who had wowed them on TV, and her performances drew them in. Celine gained popularity and a growing following, particularly among young people who viewed her as a role model for skill and perseverance. Many people believed that Celine's career as a star was over because she didn't win the show. However, that was incorrect. As it happens, Celine's rendition of one of Celine Dion's most well-known songs, "My Heart Will Go On," during her audition swiftly went viral and was viewed by millions of people online. Celine Dion herself took notice of this unique performance as well. "I have been a performer in the music business my entire life, and I have loved every second of it. This passion will always be there." She also turned into one of Celine Tam's greatest fans. For young Celine, the mere notion that her idol was aware of her was unthinkable. However, this wish will eventually come true. Celine Tam was given a pleasant surprise at the end of 2017. Celine Dion personally invited her to attend one of her Las Vegas performances. For Celine, who was just 10 years old, this was a significant occasion. She was shocked to learn that the person she had always admired, her idol, wished to meet her. In order to get the opportunity to meet Celine Dion in person, Celine Tam and her family went to Las Vegas. It was an exhilarating and joyful time, as she got ready to meet the individual who had sparked her love of music. The encounter with Celine Dion proved to be even more memorable than Celine had anticipated. Celine Dion gave her a warm welcome and complimented her vocal ability when they first met backstage. Celine Tam was overjoyed and felt quite privileged to hear such lovely remarks from her favorite celebrity. She was praised by Celine Dion for her talent and was urged to continue pursuing her goals. For young Celine, who was influenced by Celine Dion's singing career, this support meant the world. She was inspired by meeting her idol and gained even more self-assurance in her skills. It turned into a priceless memory that she would have with her while she pursued her musical career. She also received some guidance from Celine Dion throughout their chat. She discussed the value of working hard and remaining loyal to oneself, and never forgetting to have fun while singing. With the amazing Celine Dion, we're back. Additionally, you add such beauty to singing. You also constantly sing these ballads. Celine Tam paid close attention to whatever her idol said. She found inspiration in these wise comments from Celine Dion. She was aware that she could succeed in her singing profession provided she kept up her hard work and remained dedicated. This encounter turned into a turning point in Celine Tam's life and inspired her to continue putting even more effort into her musical aspirations. It doesn't stop there. Celine Tam received an invitation to appear on Ellen DeGeneres' show shortly after her memorable encounter with Celine Dion during her tenure on America's Got Talent. Renowned television broadcaster Ellen DeGeneres saw Celine's potential and recognized her youthful singing aptitude. In 2018, Celine accepted Ellen's invitation to sing and tell her story on her show. This was a huge chance for Celine because it gave her the chance to perform on a well-known American talk show and reach even more people. Celine Tam was both excited and a touch anxious as she made her appearance on Ellen DeGeneres' show. But her enthusiasm overcame her, and she stunned Ellen and the crowd with an amazing performance. Her voice filled the studio, enthralling everyone in attendance as she sang with the same fervor and vigor that had made her renowned. Celine felt proud of herself after Ellen complimented her on her lovely voice and her self-assurance on stage. Her performance was praised by the crowd, and Celine's fame kept rising, as she gained recognition as a gifted young vocalist. A significant turning point in Celine Tam's career was appearing on The Ellen DeGeneres Show. Our next guest is a remarkable 9-year-old vocalist who performed Moana's How Far I'll Go and advanced to the semi-finals of this season's America's Got Talent. Celine Tam, please. She was further inspired by Ellen's encouragement and encouraging remarks, and the experience gave her greater self-assurance. Additionally, Celine's family was very proud of her. They had supported her aspirations and helped her develop as a vocalist, being by her side the entire time. Celine valued their pride and support, and she was thankful to have such a caring and encouraging family on her side. For Ellen, this appearance on her show was a noteworthy accomplishment that represented yet another advancement in her career as a budding artist. Celine gained more admirers and followers after appearing on Ellen's show because of her talent and her backstory. Additionally, it provided her with new opportunities, allowing her to continue performing and sharing her music with a global audience. Celine's appearance was more than simply a publicity stunt. It was about encouraging young people to follow their own aspirations and spreading her passion for music. As she persisted in pursuing her objectives with tenacity and passion, her time on the Ellen DeGeneres program turned into a memorable aspect of her journey. Celine Tam developed as a singer and performer with each new experience, including competing on America's Got Talent, meeting Celine Dion, and making appearances on the Ellen DeGeneres Show. I will be performing a song by my younger sister tonight. It has to do with our affection for one another. ATT. We are best friends and sisters. With every chance, she got closer to her goals and gained self-assurance in her skills. Every event taught her something new, and the encouragement she got from her loved ones and her role models kept her going. Celine realized that her trip was only getting started as she continued on. However, Celine's father was involved in an incident that would change the course of her career. Let's begin. Celine's father-related public dispute. Following her remarkable appearances on America's Got Talent in 2017, Celine Tam rose to fame rapidly, winning over many fans with her strong vocals and effortless stage presence. Celine was accomplishing things that many people could only imagine at the age of 9. Celine's path involved more than simply her vocals. Behind the scenes, her family was a major part of her life and helped her along the journey. Dr. Steve Tam, her father, played a significant role in her musical development. He had a passion for music as well, and he knew how much Celine enjoyed singing. Her parents wanted her to share her gift with the world and supported her love of music. This indicated that Celine had a solid support network to guide her through the demanding realm of celebrity. However, some individuals started talking and spreading rumors, as is sometimes the case with celebrity. Some individuals began to wonder what Dr. Tam was up to. The public and media started to take notice of Dr. Tam, who had helped his daughter along the way. It wasn't all good, either. Questions and rumors about his involvement in Celine's career soon began to surface. Some began to question whether Dr. Tam was abusing his daughter's celebrity for personal gain. The public was aware that Dr. Tam was a singer as well, and some people started to theorize that he was supporting Celine's profession not only out of paternal affection, but also in order to advance his own singing career. With Celine's popularity continuing to rise, these stories spread, and Dr. Tam came under fire from several fans and media outlets. Since Dr. Tam had always been a huge supporter of Celine and had been at every concert with her, the public scrutiny was difficult for him. He had accompanied her to performances, encouraged her, and helped her practice. He was mostly concerned with assisting his daughter in realizing her aspirations. However, several individuals began to doubt his motives as the rumors spread, thinking that he might be taking advantage of her accomplishment to gain attention. In order to dispel any confusion, Dr. Steve Tam felt compelled to speak out against these allegations. He wanted everyone to understand that his love, not selfishness, was the reason behind his support for Celine. Dr. Tam clarified in an interview that he had always thought Celine had a gift and wished to support her in realizing it. He made it clear that he didn't intend to take advantage of her notoriety. He also wanted people to realize how difficult it is to be a father to a child who is in the public eye. And all he wanted was for Celine to be content. More than 159 million people have viewed her. Despite just being 9 years old, she is ranked 9th on our countdown. Celine Tam is shown here. And to indulge in her love of singing. Dr. Tam clarified his position by emphasizing that Celine's success was the result of her skill and hard work, not his intervention. He clarified that Celine's path was her own, and his role was to support and mentor her as best he could in his capacity as her father. Dr. Tam revealed that he had not urged Celine to pursue singing because he wanted to become famous, but rather because he knew it made her happy. For a while, there were still speculations circulating despite Dr. Tam's remarks. Celine's family was under a lot of stress because many people still thought that his motives were not totally sincere. But Dr. Tam was committed to helping Celine, and he hoped that people would finally realize what he really wanted. He genuinely cared about Celine's pleasure and welfare as a father, and he wished for her to have a successful career. Celine's family was under strain as a result of her triumph on America's Got Talent and the increased public interest in her life. Dr. Tam, however, remained at his daughter's side. He said that their family had never experienced fame before and that they were doing their hardest to cope with the attention. Dr. Tam was dedicated to assisting Celine in overcoming the difficulties that accompanied her public persona, and he wished to make sure that she continued to prioritize her passion for music over the demands of celebrity. Celine's family remained committed to her passion for music in spite of these claims. In response to the rumors, Dr. Tam clarified that his sole goal was to encourage his daughter's aspirations. Singing made her happy, and he enjoyed seeing her happy. "I'm proud of Celine for who she is," he told everyone. Not only because of her skill, he wished to support her as she developed and pursued her interest in a healthy manner. Another factor was Celine's mother, who helped to keep her grounded by providing love and advice. The family worked together to prioritize Celine's development and happiness. Celine remained unaffected by the rumors. She was aware of her intense love for singing, and she didn't want that happiness to be taken away. She continued to develop as a young artist by performing and practicing. Hi everyone, this is Celine. I'm here to respond to a question that many of you have been asking me, and the reason I enjoy singing is that question. It goes without saying that I enjoy singing because it makes me joyful, but it also helps me to relax. She sang with true enthusiasm every time, demonstrating this to her audience. She understood that if she allowed the negativity to get to her, she wouldn't be able to pursue her passion, which was to inspire others with her music. As she persevered and used every performance to get better and reach more people, her commitment was evident. Celine's life underwent numerous changes following America's Got Talent. People knew she was a gifted young vocalist with a promising future, and she had earned admirers from all around the world. A significant portion of her tale revolved around her experience on the show, particularly in 2017. Even though she didn't win the competition, her experience on the show left a lasting memory, and her performances were outstanding. People kept up with her career because they were curious about where her talent might lead her. Celine was able to reach millions of people because to her experience on the show in 2017. This was a unique opportunity, and she intended to take advantage of it. Her passion for music served as her inspiration and got her through every obstacle she encountered. She intended to use her journey as an inspiration to the people who were watching her. Although it was only the beginning, her participation on America's Got Talent laid the groundwork for everything that followed. It demonstrated to her that she could realize her goals with perseverance and hard effort. Celine's name gained recognition for more than simply her talent in the years that followed. She was viewed as strong by others. Despite being the target of gossip and criticism, she never wavered from her love of music. Her narrative demonstrated to others that one could overcome obstacles and keep going after their goals. She became a role model for budding vocalists and kids with huge aspirations. Her experience served as a reminder that anyone can accomplish their goals, no matter how challenging the road may appear, provided they have love, support, and devotion. Celine persisted in sharing her music with new audiences and performing in other locations. She performed more than only to showcase her skills. Her goal was to make people happy and establish a connection with them. She viewed every performance as an opportunity to uplift and encourage others. She wanted to use her voice's ability to move people to action because she knew it had the capacity to do so. Her path was about using her music to make others happy, not just about being famous. During these years, her family continued to be a solid source of support. They reminded her of her progress and urged her to keep going. Her mother showed her love and support, while her father, Dr. Tam, was always there to mentor her. He enjoys singing a lot, and when I was younger, I simply started imitating him when he kept singing and singing and singing. They worked together to keep Celine grounded and make sure she didn't lose sight of what was really important. Even as she dealt with the difficulties that came with celebrity, their encouragement enabled her to keep improving and honing her craft. Despite her youth, Celine's path encouraged many people to follow their aspirations and have faith in themselves. Her stint on America's Got Talent was only the start of a lengthy and significant musical career. Young people all throughout the world have continued to find inspiration in her narrative. She demonstrated that with perseverance and hard effort, aspirations might come true, and her passion for music remained a driving force behind her life. Celine kept working on her music and singing whenever she could, even years after making her on-screen debut. She viewed every performance as an opportunity to spread the word about her talent. New individuals kept hearing her tale, which encouraged them to never give up and pursue their ambitions. Celine demonstrated by her path that people might be encouraged and made happy by celebrity. And with each song she performed, she kept spreading optimism. How do you feel about Celine's current career? Do you think her father truly took advantage of her for his own self-interest? Tell us in the comments section. For more, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Additionally, click the next video that appears on your screen. You'll like it.